Well, hello. Today has been an exciting day at BoxWorks. I'm your host, Murtaza Masood, Global Managing Director for Public Sector at Box. And I'm really excited to be having this conversation with Wendy Barron, Chief Information Officer of Texas Department of Motor Vehicles. Wendy, welcome.
Howdy.
Thanks for making time today. So,
Absolutely.
just to kick things off, your initial impressions of everything you've heard from the conference today and the BoxWorks product rollouts.
I'm very excited. There's a lot of new innovation within Box. I think when we started our Box journey, it was about the content management, right? Getting off of legacy infrastructure, legacy systems in government. That is, I think, that the life of many government CIOs is dealing with legacy systems, and so we made the migration to Box to for the content management, but having the opportunity to come to Boxworks and learn about the AI, the workflows, the agents that they're rolling out. What an exciting tool, and we're looking forward to expanding our use of Box.
That's wonderful to hear. So, taking a step back, kind of before your journey with Box, give us a sense of what critical services DMV was struggling to deliver to its constituents, and then how does the modernization plan at large play into that? What are some of the elements that you're looking to build into a modernization journey?
Absolutely. So our journey with Box began about a year and a half ago, and prior to that, we were tasked by the state legislature with implementing a pretty significant change in how we do business. We had some issues with our paper license plate process that we when you went and bought a vehicle in Texas, you'd get a paper plate, temporary plate, and then you'd get your metal plates 6 weeks later. And the legislature decided that process needed to change, and that when you bought your vehicle, you'd get your metal plate that day. Well, that was a big lift, a big undertaking, and part of that conversion was mandating that all of the dealerships in Texas use our system, our web dealer system that manage dealer transactions, uh, uh, to do their processes and processing titles and the vehicle sales. And as part of that, that system is the largest unstructured data content generator that we have in place. And so we realized very quickly that we have 20,000 plus dealerships in Texas, and we only had about a quarter of them using this system. And if we were going to add the other three quarters of that 20,000 dealerships, that was going to generate a whole lot more unstructured data. So you couple that with this very old legacy system that just was, I mean, it was fixed, we were having break fix constantly on that system. It was presenting very significant challenge, and now we were going to be growing how much data was going to be going into it. And so we very quickly, early on in the project, recognized that we needed to make a transition. And Box, we knew it was a great project from a content management standpoint, and that was our motivating factor for transitioning into Box. And there was some significant cost savings for us. And so we got we, as part of our rollout that happened this summer, we transitioned to Box for content management. What we didn't realize at the time was all the extra that we're getting, especially around AI. And the potential there is significant. Moving beyond our implementation on the metal plate transition, agencies modernizing. We're going to be replacing our entire core infrastructure and technology systems. Our registration and title system, the core system, is kind of the foundation of everything that we do. It's over 30 years old, and it's been a great system, but it's time to modernize, right? It's just not keeping up with things, and so we're starting that journey. We're in the beginning phases of that journey, And as with many legacy modernizations, especially in the government sector, that's not a short transition. But for us, there's going to be expectations of delivering improved services sooner rather than later. And now we have Box in place. And so now that we've transitioned from a content management standpoint, we now can start leveraging Box to start delivering quick win solutions for our customers. There's a lot of manual, paper driven processes that are ripe for solutions within Box. Providing better services to our constituents. One of the things that we're excited about is setting up modules for our customers that, rather than bringing paperwork to the DMV or to the tax assessor collector offices, that they could scan it in. They could take a picture on their phone and upload it into Box, and Box could, one, validate that the documents are legitimate, right? Using AI to do that, and then also confirm with the customer that yes, you've uploaded all the documents you need, and that they are not having to go back and forth because they forgot something, and having to revisit, and then it eliminates the need for the county or our staff to have to then scan those documents after the fact. And again, with the AI, you validated the documents before they walk in, so you're not only creating some validations, minimizing returns, you're making that trip that they have to make, to surrender like the physical title, because they're that process is still going to have to be an in-person step. uh, but it minimizes the amount of time they have to spend in the office, and we can serve more customers more quickly. And that's just one of the use cases that we've been talking about. There's 100 different manual processes that our business customers, internal to the DMV, do, that if we implement in Box leveraging AI, there's just a lot of potential there. Our motor vehicle division, they review dealer applications, and and there's a lot of back and forth with the human and the dealer. Oh, well, you missed this part on the form, or you missed that on the form, or so wouldn't it be great to the dealer submits their application, and AI checks it to make sure it has all and you use some AI tools to validate that, and you get quicker feedback to the dealerships on anything that they're missing on their form, and you free up staff to do the critical things that you still need to put the human eyes on. But you leverage the tools available within the platform to do those things and get quicker feedback to the customers, and free up staff time.
Makes sense. So, a lot to unpack there, but
Yeah.
key things that stood out to me, you had legislative mandates.
Yes.
You're dealing with technical debt, as many public sector
Absolutely.
agencies.
Oh, yes.
I remember my days of doing that. And then you had a large constituent base, dealers, members of the public, drivers. And then you just touched upon a few internal stakeholder management type of work
Absolutely.
streams as well.
Yeah.
So, how do you, as the leader for your IT team, keep your team engaged and motivated, and yourself also? That's a tall order that you just outlined there.
Well, we've got a great team at the DMV, and I'm humbled and privileged to be the leader of that group. I think my team's very excited about modernization, and they are looking forward to the change. Um, I've got a lot of folks that are excited to learn, and so it's honestly not super hard to keep folks motivated, because there's just an internal excitement among the group. We're very collaborative, and really try to partner and work together to develop solutions. And BoxWorks is an opportunity. We brought our lead developer, our box developer, to BoxWorks this year, and he came to me at lunch and he's like, "Oh, I was taking notes. I've got so many ideas. I'm so excited." And I mean, he's just energized by what he's hearing here today, especially around the AI, and he's going to take that and go back and have the critical conversations with his team, and that just spreads.
So diving right into the AI, the big hot topic nowadays, right? So as government leaders and innovators, we know we can't just go subscribe to the latest and greatest open, publicly available AI. We have guardrails to think about. We
Exactly.
have, just as Texas recently passed its guidelines for agencies. So we have those guidelines to worry about. And
Yes.
then above all, we have privacy and data protection to worry about. So as a leader of a very big state department, what are some of the design elements or prerequisites, even, right, that every AI use case or AI platform must provide before you can even think about deploying use cases on it?
Yeah. Well, one of the big things is security, right? I think security and AI go hand in hand. You There's a lot of benefits to AI, but you have to be strategic in how you implement it. And that's what I love about Box is the security that comes with it. Even before we had our mandate on the metal plates and made the decision to transition to Box, our CISO was having conversations about some ideas that he had because of the security that Box offers. The controls around the data and the files and whatnot that are within Box. And I love you bring the AI to your data. So Box is agnostic to the different, AI models that are out there. Um, and I just had a conversation with somebody previously about, you kind of let the AI models duke it out. You don't have to you don't have to run the risk of, oh no, we picked the wrong model, and because with Box, you have your choice.
So, so now that you've got this baseline and you've got the hygiene and the taxonomies established, what, how do you see the demand from your business partners, your counterparts in the divisions and branches in the agency, kind of demanding? Are they all kind of raising their hand and me, pick me? Talk to us about that side of the house.
Yeah, we've got a little bit interesting scenario at the DMV, and I've talked to other CIOs in Texas, and for our customers right now are not really clamoring for AI. I think there's a mixture of being a little bit scared, not quite understanding the technology and how it can benefit them. And that's, I think, a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing in that we could be strategic in how we implement AI. We're not getting that pressure to implement, right? That a lot of other CIOs, I think, are feeling right now. The curse is that people don't quite get it. So we've had some challenges in kind of explaining the concept and bringing people along to understand the vision of what AI can do. Um, and so I do think that over time, as we identify these initial use cases and we start implementing things, and business leader in one section, we work with them on this use case and they start talking to somebody else, I think that demand is just going to skyrocket. And there's going to be a long list of projects and activities that we're going to end up having.
So, speaking of those quick, successful, low hanging fruit, based on what you heard today with the Hub's AI innovation, the agentic workflow capabilities coming out, what type of use cases in your mind would you be targeting as kind of those quick wins?
I think there's a number of use cases. There's a lot of kind of manual workflows, manual processes. I mentioned the dealer application. That is all a highly manual process that is ripe for automation. There's also multiple processes with our vehicle titles and registration group, especially around titles and title transfers and things like that. Again, very manual. It's some PDF form that people print out and fill out and submit by email. And sometimes they get it right, and sometimes there's missing things, and then there's a follow up by a human and those kind of things. So those tools and those features in Box are those processes are just ripe for being leveraged, being transitioned into Box, and then leveraging those new tool sets to streamline those services. We're going to focus on especially the quick wins. We're going to focus on the activities or the processes that impact our constituents, right?
So, last question as we wrap up this conversation. What is some of the advice you would give to your peers who are maybe early on this journey and they're kind of standing at the sidelines and looking at the play field? So, what would you say is a safe way to kind of test the waters out for them?
Yeah, I think planning is so critically important. I think I would say don't rush into anything. Take your and I know, especially in public sector, we get a lot of pressure to implement, get this out there. There's politics involved, but where you can, be strategic in your implementations. Take the time to plan. Try to negotiate some, time to do that planning, because if you do, you're going to save yourself a lot of work on the back end. And I would also say don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't start with the big thing, right? Like do some use cases, smaller use cases, right? And that and I've had some interesting conversations because some of the folks, my boss, he would like to do either attack one of the bigger use cases, but what we found in our conversations with our business partners was that not everybody quite understood. So, those smaller use cases can do more for helping you advance in the long run than trying to implement a large scale use case that maybe stumbles and falls and has an imperfect implementation, because that can sometimes leave a bad taste in people's mouths, right? So start small, take your time, plan, and then grow from there.
That's one of the best blueprints for sustainable innovation that I've heard. So, thank you for that. Well, Wendy, that's all the time we have today. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your
I
conversation
appreciate
and
it.
insights.
Very, very enjoyable.
Thank you. Well, folks, that's all we have for you today. Please be sure to visit our website at box.com/government for more public sector innovation stories. And we have the Public Sector Summit coming up in October. Please see the information to register for that on your screens. Thank you.